And we're live. We're live now. Tom Cassidy here. I've got Dr. Mark on the other side of the planet. And it's 9 a.m. on a Monday morning in Australia. And we're really excited because Mark's been really busy. He's been slamming out all these Hangouts. He's been doing a great job. He's got his wheel logo branded there. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. We're going to be getting into some of the nitty-gritty stuff today and actually getting some of the relationship side of things really going. Now, Mark sent me last week, well, you sent me, Mark, didn't you, the suggested sort of email sort of exchange. Do you have, I've got a copy of that now. Do you have that handy to share, or I'll dig mine out and we can have a look at it?
Yep, I'll have a look too.
Because it'd be nice for you to just talk on a screen share, just say roughly why. Because I thought it was quite nicely done, actually. You'd given them really practical things they could do without too much effort. It's almost like kind of do this right away, do this now. Think about this right now. And I thought that was really quite smart. I thought that was quite clever.
Yeah, okay, I've got that.
Okay, if you can screen share that with us, that'll be lovely.
Right.
I've got to remember to leave it on you. We made a couple of screen share errors early on, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
That was all good fun.
Fantastic. If you could zoom in a little bit so we can see that a bit bigger, just double it up to about 200% should do it. Probably down the bottom right. I reckon down the bottom right, that slider will probably do it. I reckon. That's it. Maybe that's 300 is probably a bit big. I reckon about 200 should do it. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So, I mean, we'll just quickly go through. Just summarize what you're giving each one, or what the main purpose of each one is. So, day one, what are you planning to do with that one?
Okay, so the first one is really just sort of getting people oriented to what's coming along, and to the idea that that what we're looking at here is really just bringing out the best in each individual, rather than trying to sort of live up to any particular model or image of what confidence is. It's what it is to you, bringing out the best in yourself. And that's the first step, really, isn't it? And then after that, you want to push the envelope a little bit more. Or you still got another 3 cycles in the first year, haven't you? So there's plenty.
Yeah, exactly. You've got plenty of time.
Plenty of room for that. Yeah. So the first thing is to sort of to look to see, where they sort of are to begin with.
Yeah.
On the scale of confidence, because there's people who maybe don't sort of feel that they're confident at all in anything. So it's a matter of first of all sort of trying to.
You're going to get people who've obviously come through Google looking for ideas and tips on how to be confident, aren't you? So,
that's right.
They probably won't be expert.
They're probably not feeling, super confident. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here with that. That's the that's the starting point. But the thing is to try to, if not convince them, at least get them thinking that maybe they're actually, do have at least the potential there to really, break out of whatever they're stuck in at the moment. So that's really the first thing.
Yeah, lovely.
And so that links to my video I did about with the baby. Thinking back to when you were, I don't know if you saw that one, but when you were a baby, you were completely confident.
That's right.
It gets lost along the way.
Yeah, you're script free, aren't you, at some point, and you just you learn all these things from other people. One of the things that I thought would be nice, just while we're here on this, because you're linking to the video, which is great, that because they might have come from a different video but not seen that one, so that's a good idea to link back to it, which is good. Now, next thing is, I think you might want to hint about what's happening in the next day, because you might like to write down some notes on the above. It's not essential. Tomorrow we'll carry on and begin to work on these points. So I like what you're doing there, telling them that something's going to happen tomorrow. What I would do is say tomorrow we'll be talking about the physical thing, because what did we do in the next one? It's the smile, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I reckon tomorrow we'll be talking about something really nice, which sounds easy, but most people don't do it very well. It's how to smile, and then leave people. Because listen, you're not going to get that many people going, oh, you know what, I'm so keen on tomorrow, I'm going to go and Google it and find out, and I know it so well. So when it comes You know, it's been spoiled because they found, who cares if they do that? Most people won't. All you're doing is just priming their subconscious a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's something to do with smiling. And then when it comes, and they've got the face of confidence, and they're thinking, smiling, oh, yeah. So I think that's a good technique to...
okay, yes, I'll certainly do that.
And you also did quite nicely the how do you go with yesterday's exercise, which is good. You know, right. Now, right, okay. What was the link to this next video as well? On day 2.
I think actually I was thinking it's the same one.
Will you remind? Is that still reminding people of the first? Yeah. Yes. Oh, yesterday's exercise. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that video. Right. You might want to say that video then, rather than this video. And if you have no conscious recollection of being confident, then hopefully that video has shown you. Okay. To me, it just makes. I'm thinking this is probably something that you've got.
Yeah, it sounds like a new one, doesn't it?
Correct. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's not a bloody grammar lesson. I'm just sort of trying to think. You know, what you want to do is avoid people going into any possible sort of question. Oh, what's the, you know, just make it as easy as possible for them to just follow, to go with the flow.
Sure.
Okay. Yep. Right. And so then you get into the smile. I mean, we don't need to get into the detail of this. It's just so I understand exactly what you're thinking of. And it's it's a physical one. You're going to link to the video again. And there's another one. You said another link to the science behind it. Which is that something that you've done or something that you just found?
Oh no, that's my one. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the science behind it, right? Brilliant. Okay, nice. That's good. Again, end of day 2. You know, and you know, this is a great one. Just practice smiling as much as you can, and you don't need to do them as days. You could do them in the next video, depending on what schedule you want. You could call these lessons. You see, lesson 1, lesson 2, and lesson 3, and just say in the next one, depending on realistically. I mean, with something like a physical thing like smiling, you might want to give them a couple of days maybe to practice. I don't know really. I mean, again, we'll just try it and see what happens and see which works best. But that's I like the way that you say how's it going on. The taking responsibility, nice. Again, it's a practical activity, and then breathing is practical activity as well. Again, at the end of lesson 2, I think you could say, okay, you know, tomorrow or the next session, what we'll be going into, we're going to be having a look at responsibility, and how when people think of taking responsibility, they often think of it negatively rather than positively, you know. And I think that's and that might be
right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, well, let's and then you got the breathing one. Fine. I mean, you get the general idea. Obviously, you obviously know a little bit about what the psychology of this is, and I've picked up a typo in day 5, I think. I think it was talking about the day 5 about paragraph 4. It's because there are millions of sensors in your body that send information to your brain about the position of your limbs, and it looked like positon of your limbs. My copy. I don't know whether.
You're right. Okay.
I mean, I haven't proofed it. I've just spotted a couple of things that have stuck out. That's all. Right. So what we'll do now then, I think the easiest thing for me to do is, I'm trying to think what the easiest thing to do is, I will show you what I'm doing, and I'll set it up, and I'll just cut and paste these into the program, and then I think we'll test it by you signing up to a product on Gumroad that triggers the sequence, and we'll do the timings so it happens in minutes rather than in days, so we can see whether the emails work. And that's the big job of today, really, just to make sure the whole process. So have you got anywhere with doing YouTube annotations yet?
Yeah, I've put annotations in for all of them now.
Fantastic. So the annotations at the moment link to your page on Gumroad?
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
That product page.
Lovely. So if I go to Gumroad, are you Mark Rogers on Gumroad?
Dr. Mark.
Dr. Mark. Okay, so I'm looking. So I'm actually going to. Well, let's see how far we get with me actually doing a. Let's just test it and see how far we get, because I like to YouTube, Dr. Mark Confidence. I reckon if I do just Dr. Mark Confidence and YouTube, it'll come to you. Yeah, it does. That's not too bad, is it? You know, I wonder if we just go Dr. Mark and Confidence, do you reckon it comes to you? Internet searching, Dr. Mark. Yeah, it does.
Oh, good.
Just Dr. Mark and Confidence, 7 million results, and it's actually, I think one of the first ones we did. This might be the, yeah, this is the Hangout on air, so this won't have a link, I'm guessing. I'm gonna just click on. Sorry, I'm gonna screen share now. So.
Mark again.
Yeah, there he is.
How to be confident and true to yourself.
Right, let me just show people what I'm doing because I'm being a bit of an idiot. I'm not doing the screen share. So I'm going to go to screen share now. There you are. Right, let me see. Can you see that now? Can you see that?
Yep, that's it.
Brilliant. And now that'll be recorded as well. Okay, so sometimes I share it with you, but I can still record what you're sharing with me. So you have to actually, when you're doing the Hangouts, when you're with somebody else, you have to make sure that you've selected, like you have to make sure you're selecting the person who is speaking. You have to make sure what, yeah. So a second ago, even though I'd shared my stuff with you, so you could see what I could see, I was still recording what you were sharing. So now I'm recording your wheel. So let's skip to the end of this and see. Did you put it towards the end? I mean, that makes sense, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So
They have a lot of problems, as you could imagine, but one of the unexpected problems that they experience is a lack of ability to feel much in the way of emotion.
nice.
They can say what sort of emotion they should be feeling.
You know what I do, and it's perhaps a little bit of a pain. I might just warm it up a little bit. I might say, hey, and if, by the way, Dr. Mark here, if you want the free Reasonable Confidence 5-day crash course, click here or something.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, you know why? Because I want them to read it in your voice rather than it be a pop-up that comes kind of like from a marketing entity.
It's a bit impersonal, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good point.
It's just a little tip. I'm thinking, hey, by the way, yeah, kind of like an aside. By the way, my free Reasonable Confidence 5-day crash course is here. You're welcome, Dr. Mark, or something like that. Just make it really something like that. Good. Okay, I'm going to click on it. Did you make a note of that? Yeah.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, so this goes to your Gumroad page. It takes longer to load. It's not really. It's quite a big image, I can see, but it takes longer to load because we're using up all the bandwidth for the Hangout. But
look, I actually just I put that up briefly. I can resize that and do it. In fact, that's probably not the one I'll keep anyway. But anyway, I'll see.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. So when I go, I want this, and I'm going to put 0 in. What I would do on that, I would say enter 0 to get it for just to let people know as well. I'll show you what I mean.
Okay,
actually, yeah, I'll show you what I mean. If I go back a second, can I do it? I'll do it. I'll just do the whole process again. Again, because Gumroad allows people to pay on top. What I would do is that in a bit about the product, it doesn't show up now because you don't have anything, but you can put just a little bit about it, and it would be by the way, enter 0 to get the product for free. Or enter 0 and the card details disappear, and you can get it with just your email or something. Just to slightly warm it up a little bit. I put 0 in. You see that stuff disappears, doesn't it? Which is nice. So I'm going to put in my email address. I'll put in my one that I use in Gumroad anyway, because it'll be quite nice for you to see what will happen. So I click get. Lovely. Now, and your password. Now, what's really nice about Gumroad is if they've bought something on Gumroad from someone at some point in the past, all they need to do, if they use the same email address, they just put their password in and they can go to the library, which is really nice. They don't have to create a new account. And so when they buy their first thing from you, even if it's a free one, you're giving them their account. You're getting the account set up. So when they then go and purchase something from you, then there's less resistance again to actually do it. Because
Yes.
they've already got the account, and so it's just one thing that you've removed as a barrier. So I'm going to read it now, because I'm assuming it's a PDF or something, is it? And it lets me read it. It'll buffer for a bit. Okay, it's a Word document, was it?
It's it's just something I had on my desktop. It's actually just some Japanese stuff.
Of course.
So probably
Right. Okay. What I was going to suggest putting in there is just, you know, the first bit you put in your kind of introduction to the program. Thanks, you're going to get a five lessons over, you know, the next week or so. I would just put that as just a download as a PDF. And just because you have to let them download something, because that's the way, because it's a product. So I would just do that. I would put a picture of yourself, a bio picture of yourself, and, you know, just 20 lines about you, you know, and then say, guys, I'm really chuffed that you're interested in this sample program. What's going to happen is over the next week or so, you're going to get 5 of the most useful points I can possibly give you. So stay tuned for that. You should get the first one. You should get the first one fairly soon. Should be in your inbox any minute. And then, you know, in the next few days you'll get the rest, because then they can just download. It's like a welcome letter that you've given them. Again, it's kind of a personal touch. That'll be nice. So, but you know how to do that, because of course you can just upload the file as the product file, can't you, on the page? Yeah.
Yep, that's no problem.
That's straightforward. Okay, nice. So then, what we're going to do is we're going to see if that has triggered a purchase in my email automation system, because that's what we need to do next. Let's see if I can find that. Dr. Mark. Oh, let me share this with you. Screen share. There we go, Dr. Mark. Right. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, there you go. You see that?
All right, excellent.
Basically, I'm now in. Your campaign isn't active because we haven't put any of the emails in. But the point is the harder stuff to do. The integration is all working. Let me just check and see if I can see. This is really nice, actually. I can see the details. So Tract made a purchase event. Brilliant. So what happens is the integration between Gumroad and Drip is working nicely. You haven't been added to. We haven't done anything else because we don't have any campaigns that have been added to. So that's what we're going to do now. And I'm going to do this for you. I think in the future you'll probably get your own something like Drip. I think Drip is brilliant, by the way. I've done a bunch of videos on how to use the various bits that I'll let you have a look at. But okay. I'm going to show you on this one all the nuts and bolts of it. At the moment, I pay for it, but it's only $50 a month, and I think. Well, it scales up obviously as you get more people, but it's a remarkable blend of simplicity and functionality, and I think that in the future, certainly as soon as you're getting, you know, reasonable money out, you'll probably want to have totally your own system. But for now, again, I can show people how to do it, and at any point you can get your own one, and we can export all the data to your own one, so it's nice and easy. So basically, you have a number of different accounts. So I've got an account for Dr. Mark, for all the other people, just inch by inch we're doing it. So in your account, what we're going to do is we've got the integration which goes to Gumroad is the one that we've used. So that was the code that we entered into Gumroad. Now what we've got to do is we've got to finesse that a tiny bit. What we're going to do is create a new automation rule, and this rule is going to be, we're going to call this, you can see this okay, is it coming through?
Yep, that's good.
Good. Okay, so we're going to call the rule, what's the program, reasonable confidence? I mean, yep. These are all rules that relate in just to you, but I still think you're going to have more than one course and all that sort of stuff, aren't you? So you might call it RConf or something like that.
Okay.
Sample. No, what do we call it? Free crash course. Crash course. Let's just call it.
Yeah.
No one knows this. It's just for us to track it. So RConf crash course. This is the rule. Now, what should happen is what should trigger this rule. It should be made a purchase from Gumroad. So performed a custom event, and we actually need to call it made a purchase because that's the naming the naming methodology that Gumroad and Drip use when they talk to each other. And this is the cool thing. This is really nice. We're going to add a filter. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to call it permalink, and then you're going to tell me now by going into your Gumroad account on your product page. If you can pop up your Gumroad account.
Yep.
On your product page, if you click on the actual product, yep, you should see, I think there's options,
yep,
and if you click on, I think you click on options, you should see the top left thing. It's called like might be called a URL, or it looks like a URL anyway, on the top left. So what you need to do is just read to me the very last bit that's all in grey in that greyed out box.
Yeah. Okay, so that's lowercase.
Actually, let's make it easy. Just cut and paste that and send it to me in the Hangouts. Send it to me here, yeah.
Oh, actually, I can't copy it, but I can just type it out and send it to you. That's all right.
All right, okay.
So it's only 4 letters.
Nice. Okay. But some are capitals and some are lowercase, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's right, brilliant. Small e, big S, small a, little x, yeah?
That's it.
Fantastic. So what I do is I put that in, and that's the product identifier. Now, you can change that. You could change that to give it a name that makes sense. You could call it something like crash course or something like that. There's no need to do that, because as long as I put in this box whatever you've actually called it, and that's called the permalink, it doesn't really matter. Well, let's say I've got to go and find where that is now. Where is it? I think it's there. Is this back to sharing? Can you see this?
Yep.
So I'll put eSACS in there. The trigger applies to everyone that's bought that. And what we want them to do is we want them to subscribe to a campaign. Which campaign? We don't have a campaign yet. Okay. So what we'll do, we've probably done this the wrong way around. It might not let me save it. It lets me save it. So anyone who buys that will go into a campaign, but we've got to actually create the campaign. So we're now going into your campaigns, and we're going to create a drip campaign. And we're going to base it on, so this is because reasonable confidence crash course.
Crash course, yeah.
Create the campaign. Now, we don't need most of this. What we really need is just the email thing, because everything else is all about, well, the dashboard is the overview of it. The subscribers will be where people go when they come in the details. Opt-in form we're not doing. An opt-in form you will be able to do, and I'll give you the link to do that, and the JavaScript if you want to put it on your own website as well, which will have a little pop-up form that will also put them onto this email sequence if you want to. But for now, all we're doing is we're saying we've got a bunch of emails that we triggered by a Gumroad purchase. We're going to choose a blueprint, and we're going to do it as a 5-day email mini course. And just as a starting point, that's right. So basically all I'm going to do now is I'm going to type in, I'm going to copy and paste your stuff into here, and then we're going to test it. So let's just have a look at this. Day 1 is your catchy subject, is going to go immediately, 0 days. Day 2 is going to go 1 day after that, and the next one 1 day after that, and one. That's what we'll do. Leave it for now. And well, actually, now we'll do it, you know, 1 minute later, because we obviously want to test it, and then we'll do another one 5 minutes later and stuff like that. You know, just for the 3 minutes later, and Actually, it doesn't even need to be that much, does it? Let's just make him 2 minutes. 2 minutes, because it's after each one. And obviously we'll change this back before it goes live. I don't think we need to worry. We've sort of made it live, but I don't think we really need to worry. It's not like with, you know, you're getting tens of hits really rather than, you know, hundreds and thousands at the moment, because these things take time to build up. So I don't think we're going to get into any problems by not making it live. And you've got your annotations going, but we'll get it done. At the end of today, it should be fine. Right, so day one, your catchy subject. I'm going to put in, this is what actually happens, this is the email. So, the question you want to, I've got the text here. Right, so day one, what it means to be confident. They're happy with the title, yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
So there we go, day one. What it means to be confident. Now, because we haven't asked for their name, we can't put hello name because, well, we can put it, but it will be blank most of them because we haven't asked for the name in Gumroad. So what we're going to do with this is just, I think what you should do is introduce yourself. I think it would be nice to say, hey, Rob here from Reasonable. Rob. I've got Robin. Robin is the guy who's been teaching me how to do this. He's the CEO of Drip. And so all the emails I get from him are Rob, obviously. So what I think you should do, would be really nice, is just say, say, hey, hi. I would say something like this. Hi, it's Dr. Mark here from Reasonable Confidence. Welcome to day one of the 3-day. You don't need to repeat Reasonable Confidence 5-day crash course. Dr. Mark from Reasonable Confidence. Welcome to day one of the 5-day crash course. Welcome to 5-day crash course. Let's get started. And then, you know, we'll play around with this, but the exercise for today is all about getting the right frame. I wanted to begin. Okay, so we'll leave that today's exercise. Fantastic. Now I need the link. Can you cut and paste the link for me?
Yes.
For this video.
Just go to YouTube. Okay, there it goes.
Nice, brilliant. Lovely. So that'll go in. Now, I prefer to leave the link as the actual text that they see as well, just in case for some reason it doesn't work. But it's up to you. You could, of course, make that. You know, in terms of the link, you could make the text different. You could change the words. Yeah, no, I think that's okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, that is the link. You might like to write down this one, but that's not essential. Tomorrow we'll carry on. Begin to work on these points. Tomorrow we'll carry on, begin to work on these points. We'll be doing. Do you want to have a quick sentence on what we're going to be getting? Tomorrow we'll be having. Tomorrow we'll carry on, begin to work on these points when we have a look at. Something like that. What would you think?
Yeah, when we look at.
When we look at.
I was trying to keep it simple, but.
How to smile.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's nice and simple, isn't it?
Smile, of all things. I mean, I don't. You know, this is. As a doctor, you might not do that, but you know, so that's whether it's your character. But you know, after a while, you'll say, we're doing this now, but in general, you will actually finesse this and get it perfectly, and then just send it to me, and I'll just paste it in.
Yeah, no,
But
it's no problem, Tom. Go ahead.
exactly. So let's go. We'll save that as an email.
Okay.
Nice. And we go back to the next one. Day one. What it means to be confident. Right. Nice. Back to emails. So we'll do. We'll publish that one. And see, it's gone blue. So day two, we'll just paste in this guy. Day two, the face of confidence. Nice titles, actually.
Now, there's a link to a video on this one, but I haven't actually done that video yet. So
don't worry about it. We could take that bit out for now if you like. I mean, we're just going to test these. We could put any old garbage in. We're just going to see if the titles come through, really. But we'll, seeing as you've got it basically here, we'll more or less do it, and then you can finesse it. You'll see the emails. You'll send it to me. You'll just replace, and then you'll get it perfect, and then we'll just replace everything with an email you send me, and I'll just cut and paste it in. So
okay.
right, okay. So don't worry about that for now. We'll save that email, and then we'll do face of confidence back to emails. Publish it as well. Day three, or catchy subject. I mean, you get the idea, right? It's like pretty basic what we're doing. Taking responsibility. There we go. Now, do you have the link to that one in day two in day three?
Just remind me what the link was there.
Go for Dr. Mark. Okay, again.
Sorry.
All right.
No, I don't think there's a link in there for that one. Sorry.
Yep. Okay.
No, for day three, there's no link.
Right.
In fact, most of them don't have it. It was just those first few. Well, I might add some in later on, perhaps, but for now.
Right. Brilliant. Something that we were doing. So, did you know when you signed up? Do you know that you're doing so? Yes, taking responsibility. Yeah, that's great. Brilliant. Nice. It's quite a long one. That one. It's nearly 500 words. That's good. Good value.
Oh, okay. Can edit some of it out.
Yeah, no, it can't be. Really? Yeah, it could be. Actually, yes, they're fairly meaty paragraphs. It's not too long. That's fine. That's good. I don't like the emails that come in and say, "Oh God, you're not going to believe this. Have a look," and all they want you to do is click on a link and go somewhere else. It's like, oh, come on. I've opened the email. At least give me something to read that's useful before you ask me to do something else. Right. Save email. Take responsibility. Nice. Back to emails. Day 4. Right. Day 4 is breathing. Yes.
It's whizzing along now.
Yeah, we're doing great. We've actually done the hardest stuff, which is making sure the integrations work, because this is just literally cutting and pasting whatever you want. So the fact that we've got we triggered the purchase. Day 4, breathing. Again, I wouldn't put every single time Dr. Mark again. Today it's time to take a breather. Is there a link in this one? Now, as you're touching, yeah, no links, is it?
No.
Great. Last one coming up. How good is this? But you can see the system. See what I'm doing. Obviously, I could just do it for you, or I could just send you to go and do something like that. But this is quite nice because A, I'm training you to do it, so you know to do it in the future. But B, we're making the video, so other people will know how to do it in detail. And it's there's a method to this crazy way of doing things where it's sort of visible, because it is kind of it's the only way really we can scale this thing, by making this sort of training available to everybody. Yeah, otherwise it would just be crazy. Imagine if I was doing 1 hour of this with everybody. It'd be just like you drive me nuts. Right, okay. Pace your educational non-sales stuff. Hi again. Dr. Mark with Alison Pipe. And what'll happen when you see these come through to you as emails, you'll say, oh, that doesn't read as well, I want to change that, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, you'll see that. Okay, save that email. Oh, we didn't. What was it? What was the title of this one? Confident posture. That's it. Confident posture. Day 5 of 5. You don't have to say that, but I think it's quite good to let them know that's the end. Confident posture. Now, in this one, I've got an idea, by the way. I'll talk about it. I think about day 3, you should send them to a free program on Udemy that I'm doing. Well, it's not free actually, but they'll get a voucher for it, which will have some of the algorithms that are applicable to any program, whether it's reasonable leadership, reasonable confidence, anything like that. So it's some of the ideas that are universal. And what that does, that will be halfway through this, and it might be that you do a 6-day one and you do it after day 3 or day 4. It doesn't really matter. We'll test and see what works. But essentially, what that will do is that'll enable them for I'll be charging just $49 for the course normally, but because you'll give them a link with a coupon which gets them free access to it. Yeah. Now the smart thing about that is not only are you giving them something free and they love you and they've already had this free course and now you're giving them something else which is even great, they will then, if they don't already have a Udemy account, they will then create a Udemy account to get that free one.
Yes.
So you can see where I'm going with the psychology, right? Yeah. So when we then send them like the 50% offer discount to your full program, Reasonable Confidence or whatever, that's a Udemy course, they've already got a Udemy account. So again, there's no resistance on that, right?
Very familiar to them as well.
Correct. So that's kind of a nice it's not a trick, it's just a way to minimize the resistance. So basically we would link to an offer there, but we don't need to do that now. In day 5, you know what? And what we could do is we might decide you don't feel quite comfortable doing an offer right away. You might want to put them into another sequence, which is where they get emails every week or something. Which is, hey, do you want to be on the beta test program or whatever, But the point is, and of course we can always do a broadcast to anyone, and I'll show you what happens next. So we save these emails, back to the emails, publish that last one, publish the last one. So this is about a 10-minute sequence, so we just about got time. So publish these. I'm going to go next. You must enter your postal address. Now your from name is probably going to be Dr. Mark.
Yeah.
Right? Your from email, what's that going to be?
Yeah, probably Dr. Mark, I'd say.
Okay, and your actual email?
Maybe put from Dr. Mark Rogers. Makes it a bit.
Dr. Mark Rogers. Okay. You can put Dr. Mark from Reasonable Confidence, or you can have Dr. This is what just shows up on the top of the email. Now, they will see this. It will actually be sent by the mail server, but they will need to see the email address. So what's the actual email address that you're going to use? It's just it's just kind of so that there is, for spam purposes.
Okay, so that would be Mark, M-A-R-K.
Yep.
I'll send it through to you.
Yeah. Pretty great. Nice. Mark, N-E-U-R 0. I've got a 0 and then a O.
Hang on. I'll just send that first part through to you. Something's gone wrong there. Okay, I'll just send the first part through to you again.
There's Mark Neuro 0.
It's a O and then a 0. That's right.
Right, at gmail.com.
Believe it or not, someone already had Mark Neuro. So.
Unbelievable. Okay, so go to campaign settings. So it'll be Mark Neuro, capital 0. Well, it is 0, isn't it? Capital 0.
Yeah.
At gmail.com. Postal address. Now this needs to be, for spam purposes, this needs to be a real address.
Yeah, I do actually have a. So if you could just give me a moment.
Okay,
I'm also sending that through to you. So actually, I have a post office address for these eventualities. Okay, so right, I'll type that into you now.
Lovely.
Bit of background music, while we.
Yeah, just happy, you know. I had a good weekend. Yeah, it was fun. Right. Bye.
4185. Right, there we go.
Got it? Nice. But the background not there. Now that's Australia.
Oh, sorry, yes, that's right. God's on Earth.
Yeah, of course. You can have a blind copy of all emails sent to you if you want. You will get the emails from Gumroad to say that you've had a purchase, but you can also have. I mean, I can put one in for you if you like. Would you want a blind copy of all the emails that are going to be sent?
All the ones that I send, they get sent out automatically.
When the system sends them automatically, you can also get yourself blind copied in if you want to. But you know, I wouldn't usually because it's the same one that goes out all the time. Yeah.
No, I won't have that.
And it's like, come on, you know, you'll still know. Well, there'll be dull emails. I mean, they'll be great the first 300 or 400 times. After about 300 or 400, you go, okay, I kind of know what this guy's going on about. Post sign-up settings, we don't need to worry about that because they're not signing up here. They're just doing it as an integration, which we've done. We don't need to do any of that. Footer, okay, so settings is all done. Now, localized to the subscribers time zone, which is great, so we can choose that we send emails about 11 a.m., which seems to be a fairly popular time. Although if everyone's sending emails at 11 a.m., that must get busy, but you can mess around after that. When should we send the first email? Immediately after sign up. Yeah, and this is only going to send emails on weekdays, which is kind of more common, but it's up to you. I don't mind sending emails on the Saturday and Sunday, but you know, you might, being a doctor, you might decide that you're going to be just that extra level of professionalism. You might just go for Monday to Friday, but it's totally up to you. What we're going to do now is activate the campaign. So the campaign is activated. So this is the dashboard of the. We can see this now. We're going to have a look at our campaigns there, and we've got the Reasonable Confidence Crash Course. No visitors have subscribed. Drafts, we've got no campaigns in draft, 1 active, none paused. So this would be when we've got lots of campaigns going. Now what we can do, just check it again, just check the dashboard on this. Just check subscribers, we don't need to, just check emails. Did I publish all of them? Yeah, 0, then 2 minutes later, then 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Great. As an email. Okay. Yeah, if you want an extra email, by the way, just add an email. That's fine.
Okay.
What we say, active, it's active. Good. So now we go to automation, right? And you can guess what we're going to do here. We edit this rule, So when they make a purchase with the permalink ESAX, which is your reasonable confidence crash course permalink, we're going to subscribe to campaign, and we're going to choose a reasonable confidence crash course. Now, what's really nice, if you wanted to, is you could, I'll show you what happens now. You could have another action. You could get them to do two things, and we are going to do another action. We're going to say apply a tag, and we're going to call them, we're going to tag them with the same thing, reasonable confidence crash course. So that later on, if we want to broadcast an email to anyone who signed up for the reasonable confidence crash course, we can just, you know, there's a way of sending a broadcast just by a tag. Which is,
right, okay.
So you have a list of all your tags. It's a great way to segment people. And what will happen is one of the really nice things is, okay, you could, I won't show you this now, but if you wanted to change the trigger, you could have a trigger. When they complete a campaign, you could have them go on to another one. Or if they visit a page, so for example, if you send them to a link and they visit the page to do something, you realize that they're different from people that didn't visit that page. So you can bounce them into a different sequence. If they click a link, if they update a custom field, so for example, if you've created a custom field which has got something as simple as, say, age, and they put their age in, you can say, oh, right, thanks for putting your age in, or thanks for whatever it is. You can create your own custom fields, apply a tag. Yeah, don't worry about that. They can automatically be tagged and stuff. So we're going to save the rule, perform the custom event, made a purchase for this product, subscribe to the campaign, and apply a tag. We save that rule. Now, you're going to do a test purchase from a different email. Oh, no, actually. The email that you put in, no, just go to Gumroad and see if you can do a test purchase.
Okay.
So it should still show up in this system as a test purchase. We'll see.
Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. I'm just trying to get out of the.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go to.
You don't actually have to get out of Gumroad. You can just go to. You can just click on your product page, and you can go to the link, and then you just buy it, and it'll be a test purchase.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've clicked on purchase.
You can even put an amount in, and it just does a test purchase, so it obviously doesn't charge your own card for your own product.
It's saying give.
Yeah, it's saying give because I think, I don't know actually why it's saying that. Maybe because you put 0 in, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then it says give. So if you click give, what happens? It should just buy it, right? For 0. As a test purchase, you can put $5 or $10. Doesn't really matter. Anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that working?
Okay. Download. Yeah.
Right. You don't have to download. It's just purchasing. It's fine. So.
Agreed.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. If you've already bought it, it should have. It should have triggered. It should have sent the stuff to me. So if I just go to my campaigns, I should be able to see subscribers. Now, if it's worked properly, you should have 2 subscribers. There you go. So mark.rogers, deakin.uni is there. Now what we're going to do, this is going to be the interesting one. Did it do the nuts and bolts? It just made a purchase. It hasn't done anything else yet. Right. Okay, that's interesting. Because what we want.
I've just got the email telling me I made a purchase.
That's fine, but that rule didn't work. The rule didn't trigger. So I wonder if we got our permalink wrong. Perform a custom event, made a purchase, permalink equals ESAX. Subscribe to the campaign, reasonable confidence. It didn't do it. Okay. Can you, on your product page,
Yep.
can you just change it to rconf-crash-course? The just the bit and the permalink that you can change.
Sure, just a second.
In fact,
options. No? Right. So you want.
You share the screen with us so we can see that.
Yep. Just a second.
It needs to be in a new window rather than a different tab. If it's in a different tab, it'll disappear off to infinity. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Is that showing the right one there?
No, that was your email. That's close.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, it's hard to see the.
Okay.
That's it. The Archon hyphen crash course. Yeah. Hyphen course. Keep it hyphen as well. Hyphen course. That's it. Okay. Archon hyphen crash hyphen course. Brilliant. Save changes. I'll update the rule and see what happens there. So it's basically the rule didn't work, and this is I mean at the moment we don't need to do this because you've only got one product. Right, so we could just do it. That'd be fine. But we want to set things up for the future, for when you've got lots of products. Subscribe to campaign. Right. I'm going to save rule. Now, if you can do just another test purchase.
Okay.
It should still let you do another one.
And,
oh, hang on a sec. Sorry, I know why it is. This rule, automation rule, look at my screen. This automation rule is in draft mode, that's it.
Ah.
So the automation rule has to be activated. So it was probably fine with that previous one, but anyway, we've changed it now anyway, and it's better to change it because then you've got a deliberate URL. So when you send the URL to people, you see, it will now be blah, blah Gumroad, whatever it is, /rconf-crash-course. So
right.
it makes more sense than it's eSACS, for example. Okay. Right, now try it. Try to test purchase again.
Okay.
And it shouldn't matter that you're already in there as a subscriber. It should just spot it and say, oh, I've got this email address on my records. I won't tag them again and duplicate it. I will just subscribe them to the campaign.
Okay, just going to the right page. Taking a little bit of time to load up.
Anyway.
So it's down for maintenance.
Oh,
Gumroad down for maintenance.
Perfect. Perfect timing. Okay.
Now this happened to me the other day, and it only lasted for about a minute or so.
Okay. Let me see. Maybe just on certain servers. So let me see if I can go to it from here. Right, it's remembering that I've bought it, so I'm going to clear the recent history. It's not down for maintenance on mine, so I'll just try again. Ah. Of course, the link is still the old link, isn't it? eSACS.
I didn't save the changes.
I mean from
From the YouTube it is, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be a ball ache because you'll have to change all of those videos. It's slightly better to have one that makes sense in there rather than ESACs, but I don't know. I don't want to make unnecessarily.
Well, I'll just change it back to that for now then. It's back to ESACs now.
Change it back to ESACs for now. Yeah. It was a small E, big S, small A. Well, I can see what it was. It was you know, they probably remember it. It probably always keeps that anyway. But let's make things as complicated as they need to be and no more complicated. So for now, we will. Where are you, friend? There you are. So the rule is going to change back to ESACs, yeah?
Yeah.
ESAX. It's still active, which is good. Right. Save the rule. Rule saved. Okay. So now if you do a test purchase, let's see if this works.
Okay. Okay, I've done the test purchase.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm doing another one as well to see. So what should happen is we should still have. Yeah, lovely. We should still have the original emails in there, but it should recognize that, and it should just hopefully. Let's see. Campaigns. Oh, that's looking good. 2 visitors have subscribed. Nice. So these are the subscribers for this, and whoa, what a surprise! Now this has just happened, which is quite nice actually. So basically, what's happened is we will be able to test. We've got up subscribers now. Do we have the? Let's go for the details. Yeah, brilliant, because you can see all that new detail.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, the first time it just made a purchase. Second time, it tagged it as RConf crash course, made a purchase, and subscribed to the Reasonable Confidence crash course. So it did all 3 of those. Now, the next thing is to see in 2 minutes whether you get or you should get your first email through fairly quickly. In fact, I can check as well because I subscribe to it. So if I go to my email, wherever you are, friend, I get my Gumroad notification sooner. You get that pretty quickly. You'll get 2 from Gumroad because you get 1 as the seller and 1 as the purchaser.
Yeah, I've got those.
So you'll get those 4. And then the only thing you might want to do is you might want to check. It should. I don't know what the I'm not entirely sure when the first one goes out, whether how instant it is, because normally these are happening in terms of days rather than minutes.
But also, isn't that set to go at 11 a.m.?
It is, but I think what happens is the first. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Does it? Let's go back to that and have a look, because that might mess it up a little bit. The first one, I'm not sure how that works actually. If you're doing them daily, certainly, but if you're doing them 2 minutes later, I think it should just go from the first one. But let's have a quick look. All right, it's sent.
It's just come through.
I can see. Brilliant. I can see this, of course. I can see it sent them because I can click on. Can you see my screen now?
I just clicked 2 or 3. Yep.
So you should be able to see the record of whether it sent them or not.
Okay. Right.
So it's worked. Ta-da!
Excellent.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, really, that wasn't really that difficult, was it?
No.
I mean, in terms of what we've done, we've basically created a whole chain now. anybody out there can search, find your stuff, click, sign up for a free program, and get a series of emails through without you even getting out of bed.
Yeah, you can't complain about that, can you?
Yeah, exactly. And so the only thing next is to obviously you check the emails, finesse them a bit, make sure you see what works, get the links out, and then send the adjusted versions back to me. And what we can do is we can put this on pause if we like. You know, we don't have to have it going out. But once I think we do. I think we make it live because we've got the links out there now. So we might as well get this live and just start. I mean, you're not going to suddenly get hundreds of thousands of people. You don't have to worry too much. But no. I think it'll be nice to get a little bit of feedback. Now, before we finish, I'm just going to change those to a day apart, just in case someone else signs up. We don't want we don't really want the emails to go out five in a row. So settings, emails. So it'll be one day. But you can see yourself doing this quite easily, right? It's not difficult stuff, is it?
No, it's quite manageable. I've just got the day 3 one through now too. So.
Of all the things that I've looked at, this is by far. I was paying a few $100s a month for a much more sophisticated one, but it just ended up being. It's like the Swiss Army knife. I only wanted a spoon, right? You know.
Yeah.
I didn't need all this other stuff, and so when you think this is actually really, really good, and it can do 90% of what the other stuff can do, but it's just so easy. And we're not even doing the sign-up forms or anything like that. We're just using it as a trigger from Gumroad. The reason we don't send people straight to a sign-up form is because basically, if you want to have me linking to it, and from the videos that we do together, and you linking to it, and then in the future other people and all that sort of stuff, from YouTube, if you're doing annotations, you can't send it to a drip campaign straight away. You'd have to send it to Gumroad because they're an affiliated merchant. They're kind of an approved, because they're artists and all that sort of stuff, and YouTube and the music and all that sort of stuff. So that's why we use them. And then last thing we want to do is to get people to be signing up for more than one thing. So we just use Gumroad to trigger the sequence in drip, and that's why we've got them. But of course you can write to people straight from Gumroad, and you can do a broadcast straight to Gumroad if you want to. You know, there's no reason why you can't do that right away. But the problem with that is, of course, you're not going to want to send an email every day to people and keep a track of, you know, who signed up when and all that sort of stuff. The autoresponder with the ability to then segment them according to what they do is fantastic.
Yeah,
okay.
Excellent.
That's enough for today, I think, sir.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, no problem. All you need to do is just look at the emails as they come through, get the links sorted out, send them, finesse them, send them back to me, and then we're up and running. Nice job, mate. Nice job.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much.
You should also find that you're getting a few new student announcements coming through Udemy. Have you got those?
Yeah, there's been about 60.
Yeah,
60.
That's probably those are from the ones that we're co-authoring at the moment, the ones that I've added to. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not crazy numbers, but it's nice. And then the things you can actually write to those guys. But what we'll need to do is we'll need to get you set up. I've in my Everyday Mind Mastery program, the big one with 54,000 people. I've added a section where we're going to promote the other lectures, the other co-authored courses in that as well, before we actually send out emails to them. So if you can tell me exactly what your definite course title is going to be, and I think it's going to be Reasonable Confidence, how to be confident and true to yourself, isn't it?
That's what I'm thinking at the moment, but I'll certainly
I was wondering, just on that last thing today, because I got to go as well. I was wondering whether "yet" might be a better word than "and," because it might be how to be confident yet true to yourself. I don't know. Yeah. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, no, I think that's also something that I've thought about, because it does sort of give you something to think about, doesn't it?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It might be the sort of how to be confident. Oh yeah, how to be confident. All I need to be is different. All I need to be is a little bit better at this. No, how to be confident yet still true to yourself. I don't know. I mean, I was just wondering whether that may be just a bit more directional than and it might be.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, and it has a bit more of a hook to it.
Okay, buddy. That was good. Well, the main thing is we achieved the objective of the call, which is fantastic. And yeah, and keep doing what you're doing. It's
okay, and I've just got the fifth
fantastic
email through too. So there you go. 5-day course in 10 minutes.
Fantastic, Mark.
Right, thanks, Tom.
Send me that stuff. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Cheers, mate. Bye.
Right. Catch you later. Bye.